Let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a situation with a girl where everything seemed fine on the surface? She was still texting, still showing up, still saying the right things, but something felt off, like the energy shifted. She started responding slower. She stopped asking about your day. The warmth was still there, but it was thinner somehow, dimmer, and you couldn't put your finger on why. Here's the thing nobody talks about. Women don't always lose attraction because of one big dramatic moment. Most of the time, it's quiet, it's slow. It's 100 small things that stack up until one day she looks at you differently. Not with anger, not even with sadness, just with less. And that's the worst kind, because by the time you notice it, it's already been going on for a while. So in this video, I'm breaking down 7 things that slowly kill the respect a woman has for you. And the wild part is, most guys are doing these things right now without realizing it. No theory, no fluff, just real talk. Let's get into it.
Number 1, you say things you don't follow through on. This one is quiet, but is devastating. You tell her you're going to call, you don't call. You say you're going to make a plan, the plan never happens. You mention you're working on something, weeks go by and nothing changes. None of these feel like a big deal individually, but they add up because every time you say something and don't do it, she files it away. Not to use against you later, just as information. Information about who you actually are versus who you say you are. And when that gap gets wide enough, the respect starts to go. Women are attracted to men they can count on, not perfect men, not men who never struggle, just men who mean what they say. So if you've been throwing words around loosely, tighten that up. Say less, do more. Underpromise and overdeliver. That's it. One man who follows through is worth 10 who talk a good game.
Number 2, you let her disrespect you and call it being understanding. Pay attention here because this one is sneaky. She cancels last minute, you say no worries. She speaks to you in a tone you'd never use with her, you let it go to keep the peace. She makes plans with you and then changes them for something better, and you just quietly rearrange your whole day. Bro, that's not understanding. That's training her to treat you like an option. And here's the painful part. She doesn't even fully respect herself for doing it. When a man has no boundaries, women don't feel safe. They feel like they're dealing with someone who doesn't know his own worth. And that feeling, even if she can't name it, pushes her respect for you lower every time. You don't have to be aggressive about it. You don't have to make it a whole conversation. Just calmly hold the line. She cancels last minute for no real reason? All good, just let me know earlier next time. Simple, clean, confident. That one sentence does more for how she sees you than 1,000 no worries ever could.
Number 3, you make her your whole world too early. Here's how this plays out. Things start going well, you like her, you start thinking about her constantly, and naturally she starts showing up everywhere in your life. You're rearranging your schedule around her, you're turning down plans with friends to be available, you're checking your phone every 20 minutes hoping she texts, and you think this is devotion. But what she's actually seeing is a man who has nothing else going on, a man who latched on, and that changes how she experiences you. At the start, you were someone with a life. That was interesting. Now you're someone whose life is her, and that's pressure. It's not attractive to be someone's entire world before you've even built something real together. Keep your life going, keep your momentum, keep your friendships, your goals, your routines. Invite her into your world. Don't abandon your world for her.
Number 4, you seek her validation constantly. This is one of the fastest ways to lose her respect, and most guys don't even know they're doing it. It sounds like this. What do you think about this? Every 5 minutes. Do you like this outfit? Did that come out weird? Was I too much back there? You're not mad at me, right? Every time you reach for her approval, you're putting her in the position of being your emotional anchor, and that is exhausting. Women want to respect the man they're with, not reassure him every other hour. Confidence doesn't mean you have no doubts, it means your doubts don't run your behavior. You make decisions, you own them. You don't need a standing ovation for every move. When you stop looking to her for permission to feel okay about yourself, something shifts. She starts looking at you differently, like there's more to figure out, and that curiosity is the beginning of real attraction.
Number 5. You complain more than you take action. Listen, venting is fine. Everybody needs to decompress sometimes. But there's a version of this that goes too far. You complain about your job every day, but you're not looking for a new one. You talk about what you want to build, but nothing's actually being built. You vent about the same problems on repeat with no movement in any direction. And what she sees, even if she never says it, is a man who is stuck. Not unlucky, stuck. Women are instinctively drawn to men who move, men who face their problems instead of narrating them. Because movement signals strength, it signals direction, it signals that life with this man goes somewhere. So take the thing you keep complaining about and do one thing about it today, not because it'll impress her, but because it'll change how you carry yourself. And how you carry yourself changes everything.
Number 6, you lose yourself in the conversation. Here's what this looks like. She's passionate about a topic. You have your own opinion, but you fold. She pushes back a little. You immediately say, "Yeah, you're right. I see your point." You laugh at things that aren't funny to you because the room laughed. You adjust your personality based on what you think she wants to see. And every time you do this, a little bit of yourself disappears. And women feel this. They can't always articulate it, but they feel it. It feels like they're talking to a mirror, not a man. And mirrors aren't interesting. The man who respectfully disagrees, who says, "I actually don't see it that way. Here's my take." That man is more compelling in 5 minutes than a yes man is in 5 months. Have your opinions. Hold them. Be willing to be wrong, sure, but from a place of actual consideration, not people-pleasing. Your distinctness is part of what makes you attractive. Don't erase it to be liked.
Number 7, and this one cuts deep. You stopped growing. When she first met you, there was energy to you. You were working towards something. You had drive. That forward momentum was part of what caught her attention. But somewhere along the way, comfort set in. You got comfortable in the routine, comfortable in the relationship dynamic, comfortable in the same version of yourself. And she noticed, not all at once, slowly. The same conversations started repeating, the same habits stayed the same. The ambition that used to buzz underneath everything went quiet. See, women don't just want a man who's great right now. They want a man who's going somewhere. A man who's still building, still pushing, still becoming. Because that energy, the energy of a man in motion, is magnetic. Stagnation isn't. So ask yourself honestly, are you better than you were 6 months ago? Are you sharper, stronger, more focused? If the answer is no, that's not her problem. That's your project. Get back to growing. Not for her, for you. But watch how everything changes around you when you do.
Here's the bottom line. Respect is not something a woman decides to give you because you're nice enough or because you care enough. Respect is something she feels when she sees a man who holds himself to a standard. A man who means what he says. A man who doesn't bend his identity to be accepted. A man who keeps moving, keeps building, keeps showing up as himself, consistently, without performance, without needing a standing ovation for it. You lose respect quietly. You earn it back the same way, one decision at a time, one moment at a time, without announcing it, just by becoming the version of yourself that doesn't need to ask for it. If you recognize yourself in any of these 7 things, good. Awareness is step 1. Now, step 2 is actually changing the pattern. And the best place to start is understanding what women are actually attracted to at a deeper level. Not surface stuff, not tricks, real attraction. I made a video on exactly that, how to attract women without trying, the real way. Not performing, not chasing, just becoming. Go watch that next. It'll change how you think about all of this. And before you go, drop a comment. Which one of these hits you hardest? Be honest, I read every single one. And if this helped, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Peace.